This course was first recorded before a live audience 3 days before the start of the 2020 Rolex Sydney Hobart Race, which was canceled in less than a week before the start. Hey everybody, Peter Eisler here, and with me is my good friend and Marine Weather University partner, Chris Bedford, down in New Zealand.
Hello everyone, good to see you virtually.
This is our little holiday gift to you and to ourselves, a little bit, seeing as though Chris has been working hard on America's Cup weather for American Magic and thinking about really micro scales, and we're both big fans of the great race, the Sydney Hobart Race. And so Chris had the great idea of doing this weather preview, which we got a little bit of a left turn when the race organizers canceled the race 4 days ago. This year, Chris created an incredible curriculum that's all online at MarineWeatherU. And this is sort of our thank you to everybody that's come on board and had a look. And we invite you to browse around MarineWeatherU later on.
And basically, this is the discussion of what could have been if we hadn't had the race canceled at the last minute. So we're going to pretend that the race is taking place on Saturday. And right now, you know, we're 3 days out from the start. And a lot can happen in 3 days with respect to the weather and the forecast. So at this point, we're still looking kind of at the big picture. It doesn't really do you a lot of favors to get too detailed, too wound up in the details of the forecast, because between now and Saturday, those details are going to change. However, the big weather features that are going to be dominant on this race are certainly there, and they are not going to change. So this is the satellite picture with the surface pressure field on it, and that allows us to see what the dominant features are. Here's that low. I got to change my pen size, sorry. There's that low sitting out over the Tasman that's moving out to the east. Here's our front up through here. Here's that high pressure area moving in from the west, and down here you can see the isobars sort of starting to pile up from the west and indicating more of a west-northwest type of flow out in this area, and that's the next weather system that is coming in. So one of the things we need to do is look at the 500 millibar analysis, and that is in weather school we talk about that and how that relates to how the weather is going to develop. And I can overlay the 500 millibar analysis on this satellite image, and what we see is the weather kind of in a different pattern. The 500 millibar is a convenient way for us to look at the weather, the big picture weather, because it shows us where the primary ridges, that is the high pressure, and the primary troughs are, the low pressure, are located. And so this is a good way for us to look at big picture weather. It also can tell you, if you know how to read these charts, can tell you how to make weather predictions, because certain features at 500 millibars indicate that the surface weather is going to behave or developing in a certain way.
I'm going to right now try to bring into the room my college roommate, who also happens to be the record-holding navigator of the Sydney Hobart Race on the yacht Comanche in 2017, Stan Honey. And let's see if we have Stan coming on board here.
There we go.
Stan.
Hey,
All right.
Pedro. Good to see you and Chris.
Yeah, happy holidays.
Yeah, you too. We're sorry to miss the race this year.
You could start running optimal routes starting on race day start. So you need to have a global model, or a model that covers as far out as you need to go. In the case of the Hobart Race, you could probably start about 10, 12 days before the start of the race and be able to get a weather model that continues all the way down the 2 to 3 days, that 1 to 3 days that the range of fleet of boats will race in. And here is an example of an optimal route. The ensemble is a quick and easy way to get a lot of different weather models, and in Marine Weather University, you learn a lot about the differences in weather models and the strengths and weaknesses of them. But it's very important when we start diving into weather models is to be able to it's very valuable to be able to compare the optimal routes or the results of different models, because one model isn't always right. Sometimes one model on your app is working better than the other one. And in this case, by doing the ensemble analysis, we get 30 different weather models all in one file, easy shopping. This is a really cool graphical way. You can see the boat is broad reaching, sailing probably VMG angles in 25 knots. This thin dark line is wind speed. Here's the scale on the left. That's 20 knots right here. It's a windy race, and it stays well above 20 knots, up to 30, before a couple of dips. Again, weather model mode. Here, a lot of rain. Chris alluded to that. Here is an interesting thing you can do with a routing software like Expedition and some weather models is compare the handicap results before the race starts. Here are two flagship courses at Marine Weather University. The Fundamentals course, which is 8 classes, going through Chris's curriculum, and then the Advanced course, which is 16 classes, again through that 8-step curriculum, but with additional classes and information for people that just want to go that much deeper. And as I mentioned, I'm working hard right now on updating all my Expedition courses, which currently reside at North U. All right, guys, that's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope to see you at the university down the road. Until then, have a great holiday. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.